Hello and welcome to the Prieto show. I feel like dancing. I feel like singing. I feel like I should be doing like the greatest show. Hi. This is the introduction episode, part deux. And it's part deux because my first one, I was trying to be professional and go with like what everyone else does. And I had a friend reach out and say, girl, this is not you. And said, you know what? You're right. So we're pulling back the layers, we're pulling back all of the things. And what is so beautiful about this opportunity, and me being open and honest with you, is that it's kind of the way that society makes us feel. It's the way that people say you can only do X, Y, and Z if you do it the way this, her, she, they do it, right? I'm not about that life, and I feel very frustrated even with myself for getting stuck in that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've had to figure out that in order to show up and help and give advice and to nag all the things, I have to be able to do it in my own voice and in my own way. And so this is pushing back the barriers, the walls, breaking down the box, doing all the things to say, hi, this is me. So this part deux introduction video is going to be all about me, welcoming me into your world. It just sounds weird. Maybe that's why I had a problem, because I'm like, this just sounds conceited. And that's like the last thing that I am, is conceited. All right, so let's just dive into it. Hello, I'm Prieto. Obviously, my first name, if fully, is Ashley, and yet everyone calls me Ash, and so I just go by Ash because it feels more like me. You know what I mean? Like Ashley is like, I don't know, she feels extra, but like old extra, and I'm just not there yet. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm Ash. What even can I say? My friend said to go through my whole life story, and well, that would be like 500 episodes long. So I'm going to try to break it down the fastest that I can. I have gone through a hell of a lot in my life, literally. A lot of my life, a lot of things, a lot of events, a lot of emotions, a lot of trauma, a lot of insert all the things, all the hashtags here, been there, done that. And I've survived, which means that you can too. When I was younger, I went through a lot in my young age before anyone should. I mean, I literally had a ghetto booty before Kardashian was even a thing, and boobs at the age of, was it 5th grade, 4th grade? I was young, like way too young. Like God was testing me and he should not have. That's how young I was. So that caused a lot of issues in my life, because not only was I bullied, made fun of for having a big butt, like I wanted to be a different race, and it was a gift from God. It was not chosen. This was not an implant situation. I don't judge you if you have an implant situation, but this was a gift from God. And so, you know, it was really hard growing up. It was like, I'm not going to say I didn't have a great, sheltered, amazing life, because I did. But for me personally, I had a lot of things that came from the way that I looked, so to speak. If you want more information, I wrote a book. It's called Bitch, I Can and So Can You. It's available on Amazon today. Point being, it was a lot. And then my parents got divorced and I got very down. I got very suicidal. It was a whole thing because I had gone through too much at too young of an age. And this is before Google, so I didn't even know half of what had happened to me, etc. And so here I am trying to just live my life. I found solitude. I found joy. I found passion in performing. I sang my heart out. I danced my heart out. I did choreography for hundreds of people. She performed. She did her thing. And it really gave me life. And so then I was like, well, I don't want to go to college. Like, what am I going to do? So I moved to Los Angeles. And at the time I was dating my high school sweetheart. And, you know, I moved down there and realized, because I'm not a trust fund baby, which is really sad, that I had to work in order to pay bills and have a roof over my head and feed myself. And so then I got stuck in working and making money, and I didn't have time for the auditions and for all the things. But I'm not going to say that I wasn't successful, because hello, I was on a billboard. Thank you very much. And I think I'm still on the side of a bus for a casino in Fresno, California. So, you know, she's somewhat famous in certain regions. We'll just leave it at that. Anyways, so the LA did not work out. I worked a lot, and I ended up, my boyfriend and I, my high school sweetheart and I, actually broke up. He thought it was because I was a thought. I was not. However, I was like, you are literally like an old man, don't want to do anything. This is Los Angeles. I want to get out. I want to have fun. I want to live my life. Okay, that sounds a little thoughtish, but it's not. Fast forward a few years, when I decided that the LA lifestyle was not for me, and I was never going to make it because I didn't have a lot of money and I just was working way too much. So I moved back home. Back home, meaning to Central California. It is literally smack dab in the middle of California, between Los Angeles and San Francisco. And it's a valley, so we get all the smog, the crap, the toxins just flows right into us, which is a lot of fun for allergies, for asthma, for all of the things. That's life. It's a small farming town. When I moved back, my high school sweetheart and I actually got back together. We saw each other at a bar. That's when you know you live in a small town. Saw each other at a bar when I first came back, and we both were like, oh, hey. And then it just happened. We were still in love with each other. So yeah, I am married to my high school sweetheart, but we broke up for a few years. And then we dated for a few years, and this is getting really long. And so then we got married. When I talk about my wedding, it's not one of those beautiful, joyful things, because it was on a budget, but yet we still spent a lot. And I absolutely hate every single picture from my wedding. Every single picture from my wedding. Why do I hate them? Because they were all like, I don't know if she didn't know what she was doing, or she was going for like that moody effect, but I don't like them. They're dark, they're blah. She did not get all of the good angles. She got like the, you know, those types of angles, and it just wasn't, it's not a vibe. And so I don't even have one picture printed. I don't think I've ever even printed one picture. And we've been married 13 years now. Someday I'm going to have a do-over, not do-over on the wedding, but like do-over, like let's go on a fun vacation and like pretend we're renewing our vows, but we're not going to renew our vows because that is like a marriage curse. So we're just going to like get glammed up, which is an everyday thing for me anyway. So, you know, it's like a normal day, but like he'll put on a suit, so it'll be different for him, and we'll just retake pictures. And that's what we're going to do someday. And then maybe I'll put those pictures up. Maybe. Anyways, we've been married now 13 years. We decided to have kids, which if you know me at all, I didn't want to have kids growing up. I didn't want to even get married growing up. So the fact that I'm married and kids, like, God bless. And so we had our first baby, which come to find out we're twins. Surprise! And not only were they twins, but they were boys. So I don't know, like growing up, I didn't think about like having kids. And now that I'm older, I'm like, I didn't really want girls. And I'm a very glam person, so it's weird to say that. So anyways, we had twin boys, and my youngest and I almost died. It was a whole thing. I had to get cut from you know what to you know what. And we were in the hospital for over a week. And so that was fun. And then about a year later, I was like, you know what? I'm so exhausted. And life has been dramatic and wearing me out so much that I think we should have another kid. Yeah, I think we should have another one. And let me just tell you, I worked from home, had no help. So I was taking care of these infants on my own while working a full-time job. Don't come at me with your excuses, Karen. You can do anything. And so then we had another baby, and guess what? Our middle child is a boy. 3 boys. And then we just lived our best life. We had a lot of stuff in between, and health issues, and kids and asthma and so much. And blah, 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 like all the things, right? Insert all of the exhaustion here because it's exhausting. You have a mom brain. I'm also blonde, so it's like a blonde mom brain. It's like a double whammy of like chaos and craziness. Then we decided about 4 years later, you know what, we should have one more. Wouldn't one more just be a blessing? And so we did. And that ended up being a boy. So, yeah, I have 4 boys and I call them my dudes because they're my dudes. And my 4th son was almost 12 pounds at birth, full head of hair. He came out looking like, what's that guy that his hair sticks straight up? Christopher Walken. Came out looking just like that dude, but like an Eskimo style. And he was huge. And the first picture of him was the doctor who had to cut him out of me because my blood pressure was dropping. She's extra, and pulled him out and was like holding him, and her eyes were like the Ramona Singer vibes. She just was like a deer caught in the headlights. Like it was that. He was huge. And so he is my wild child, literally insane. He is my Billy goat. He is Billy the kid. He's all the things because he's a unique child. Very unique. He causes me a lot of stress, and yet I love him. He's such a weirdo. Such a weirdo, and I love him for that. That is my life. 4 dudes, 13 years of marriage, and here we are. I worked for an international insurance company for many years, like 15-ish, and worked from home for most of those. So all of you newbies who are like, oh, working from home is amazing, but it's so stressful and I don't know how to manage my life. Yeah, I know. I decided I wasn't making enough money and I'm worth more. Like I was getting paid like Walmart status and I needed like Louis Vuitton status. So I started manifesting, which became a huge thing a few years ago. And I was like, what is this manifestation? And my husband, like I get into the things, I try all the things. I like to call it my trial and error and just to see what works. And so I did that with our finances, ended up paying $80,000 worth of debt off. Thank you very much. No, thank you, Dave Ramsey, because you didn't do a damn thing for us. And came up with my own method of paying off debt and being fabulous. And it's been amazing ever since. Anywho, I manifested a 6-figure job. And I put in there, like I have a whole system of my manifestation, but that it would truly change my life. Fast forward a year and a half later, it was the most stressful, mentally abusive job I've ever been in my entire life. And I'm a die-hard workaholic. I love to work. I literally love to work. I work all day, every day, and just, I enjoy it. And so it wasn't that I wasn't doing a good job. It was that they were batshit crazy and very abusive. I broke out in like a complete hives, like stressful hives, so much I had to have a biopsy. I still have a cute little scar there, and it was starting to travel up my face. So I went to the doctor. He's like, it's called stress. They're stressing you to death. You either need to take time off or you need to quit. So he forced me on medical leave. That was fun. And then when I went back to work, it was like the same shit. Just different day. I had to set up boundaries for myself, and I did. I stood up for myself. They wanted me to licensing more things, and I said, no, I can't do it while my kids are still at home with me. This was California. We were still fully at home until the fall of last year, and so they fired me. They fired me. I've never been fired from a job. It was life-changing, which is what exactly I put into my manifestation journal, life-changing. And it certainly was. So I sat in a stressed out, depressed coma for a few months. And then I was like, bitch, you got to get up and do something. Like, this is the rest of your life. You now have an opportunity to like ride or die, to fly or fall, to insert whatever inspirational before and afters here. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to do something that I've been wanting to do forever, which I really, truly love. And that's writing. So I wrote a book in less than 2 months. And I self-published it. It is on Amazon. Bitch, I can, and so can you. And it's all about your excuses and living your best life and how you can make all of that happen. And it truly helped me to transform my life in so many ways. Writing it, also the practices, the steps, the strategies that I provide in the book is what I have put in place in my life. And now I'm living my best life. Thank you very much. Not only did I write the book, but I also started 2 companies, my coaching company and also 2, a planner company, which if you have not checked it out, it's called I Can Planner, because the book, Bitch I Can, I Can Planner, and I literally help you to plan out your life. I have transformed my life 30 days at a time. I have a 30-day planner. I also have cute little journals, cute little notebooks, because I'm all about like the cuteness of just fun life. I do new designs, new covers every single month to make it fun, to make it hip. This is the 30-day planner. I'm not a regular mom, I'm a cool mom. Thank you. So started a nonprofit, which now has turned into a charity, because nonprofits take a lot of legal work. I don't have the brain capacity, I don't have the time, and I don't have the give a shit to do all of that. So it's a charity. We help raise money for women who want to start their own businesses or women who are just in need. And it's been freaking fantastic and very cathartic. Give back and to help other people is the jam. It's the purpose of my life, is to help you. And one of the things that I've been really dying to do, really wanting to do, is this whole podcast, YouTube thing, but have it like my own show. So if you don't know, when you work at home, you don't talk to people. And so for years, I haven't talked to people. And then when I start talking to people, I'm like, oh, you're so cute. Words don't form. It's like the mom brain / like she's just lost her shit brain. And so talking out loud helps me. This is kind of like my therapy, is being able to just talk out loud, speak my truth, tell you stories, vent, bitch, nag, provide unsolicited advice, all of the above. So that is what this show is. I will be completely real, raw, honest with you to a fault. Like my friends are like, no one needs to know that you shit your pants or that you have hemorrhoids. And I'm like, but don't they? Because wouldn't they really appreciate knowing? And they're like, no. And I'm still like, okay. So that is me. I promise to always be honest and truthful and open with you. I'm all the things. Let's just say that. I am all the things and so much more, which feels like a lot. And truth be told, my husband's like, you're so extra. Like, do you need to be extra? And I like to respond that if God intended for me to be extra, then who am I to deny him what he has created? Can I get an amen? Amen. I also, obviously, like I said, thought I was going to be a singer-actress. So am I theatrical? Yes. Do I like to throw out some tunes once in a while? Of course. Like, that's how I ride. I like to think of myself as funny girl. Have you never seen the movie? I literally did not see the movie until like, I don't know, 6 months ago. Girl, and I am forever 25. In calendar years, kind of like dog years. In calendar years, I am 30. I think I'm 38, 37, 38. Anywho, she's something like that. But in real life, I am forever 25. That is the year that I feel happiest. That is the year that makes me feel alive. That is just my year. And so every year, no matter how many calendar years it is, God wants me to be forever 25, and I shall. You know, it's kind of like it just keeps you young forever. My uncle does the same thing. He's like, this is the age I feel. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? So I don't do Botox, nothing, no fillers. This is all just fat. Isn't it fun? I don't do anything on my face. I don't do anything on my body. I do torture myself with working out lately because she's going from a thick to fit journey. I don't like working out. It's not my jam. Plus it makes me smell. I'm one of those smelly girls. This is TMI and I don't care. I'm sharing anyways. I'm a smelly girl. Like, I work out and it smells. Other people work out and you're like, I don't smell anything. I work out and you're like, holy shit, are we in an In-N-Out drive-through? That's the extent of my smelliness. I like to work out, you know what I mean? But my body, because I have autoimmune issues, she's fun. She's a whole bag and more. What do I have? Fibromyalgia, the last time I got my blood work done, well, a couple years ago, I also had rheumatoid arthritis. For some reason, that has magically disappeared. And now it looks like I have lupus. So autoimmune is one of those fun things where it's like, ooh, what are you going to get? Take your blood, play the little Russian roulette game and see what you come upon. And sometimes you get extra bonuses because autoimmune comes in threes. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm always inflamed. I'm always puffy. She's thick. She's a whole vibe. And I've had to learn to love myself through my hot messness. Because if not, then I struggle. If not, then I get depressed. If not, then I hide in my house. If you can relate, please, I don't know, can you leave a comment? I think you can. Gosh, she's blonde. Oh, I'm a glam mom. I'm not a regular mom. I'm a glam mom. I love to get glam. I don't care what day it is. I don't care where I'm going. I don't care if I'm sitting here like doing all the business things. I will still get glam. That's my jam. I go to baseball games and all the other moms are like in sweats and like jeans and t-shirts, sneakers, and I will roll up in like over the top dress and accessory to the gods and wedging it up, not wedging my butt, but like wedgie shoeing it up. I'll do the whole thing. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just don't care what others think because that's how confident I have become in myself. And I love to be glam. If I'm not glam, I just don't feel good. I don't even wear sweats. I have one pair of sweatpants and I do not wear. It makes me feel homeless. Basic. It's not my jam. Anyways, oh, speaking of wedgie, so my husband said that I catfished him because I used to wear thongs. Follow me here. I used to wear thongs and then we got married. And now it's all about the abuela chones. I do not wear thongs. I would rather go naked. So he's like, no, you catfished me. And so I told him, when you start wearing thongs and can feel it rubbing in between your cheeks, which most people don't have the big old badonkadonk that I have carrying in the back there, that I will start wearing thongs as well. It is yet to happen and I'm okay with it. We live our lives, right? Live your life. Live your best life. That's my whole jam. What else can I tell you about myself? This is feeling really conceited. I have the most sensitive skin on the face of the earth. I literally just started breaking out in like dermatitis here. Just here though. Don't know why. Kind of feel like it's something I ate, but who really knows because I've been eating healthy. And that's another thing. When you eat healthy, things happen like diarrhea, like salmonella poisoning, like this type of thing. And when you eat processed foods, you just bloat. So who's winning? What is the point? You know what I mean? So I guess we should talk about the show. What is the purpose of this show? The purpose of this show is to make you feel like you have someone you can relate to make you feel like this is a safe place for you to come, to be seen, to be heard, a place for you to come and laugh, literally at me, hopefully sometimes with me. Also just to not feel on an island alone, because that's how I feel a lot. Like I don't have a heck of a lot of friends. I have my select few. I have my besties online, and then it's just me. And so I like to broaden my community horizons and create a badass tribe of women who just don't care and who live their life in happiness, joy, peace, glammed up, not glammed up, hemorrhoids, no hemorrhoids, like whatever it is for you, that's how it's going to be. But I want you to feel welcome. I want you to feel like you can relate and just be your best version of you possible. I literally, that is my purpose in life, is to help people live their best life. And then you're like, well, how do you market that? How do you sell that? I don't know, Felicia. We're still figuring it out. But this is step one of figuring it out. Actually, no, this was probably step one. Okay, this is step one. This is step two, or maybe the book was step two. This is step three. regardless of where we're at in the steps in the game of life, I'm playing it. Do you hear me? And that's what I want to encourage you to do as well. Just play the game of life. Get in it. Do what you want to do. You don't have to commit. You're not marrying whatever it is that you try. Unless you do get married, then you're married. And you should try to make it work unless he is just a piece of you know what. Then run. Which you didn't hear from me. Anyway, that's what I want to do. Just encourage you. You know, being a mom of 4 boys, one of my sons a couple of years ago, we were talking about dreams and goals and all of these things in life. And he was like, Mom, so what is your goal? What is your dream? Was your dream just to work at home for someone else and type all day? And I was like, oh no. No. And then that was like a kid bitch slap to my face, because in that moment I realized if I'm going to encourage, motivate, and push my children to be the best that they can be, to have the most wildest dreams and be able to accomplish it, whatever they truly want, but then I remain small, I remain hidden, and I don't put myself out there, what? I am not setting a good example for them. So then I said, what are your dreams? They're wild, they're crazy, they're all over the place. And so she's just knocking them out one at a time. My children, because a lot of their teachers follow me online, my children think that I am famous already. They're like, Mom, you're a celebrity. I mean, they don't say it like that because they're boys, but more like, it's like, Ma, you know, you're a celebrity. That's like my oldest. He's already hitting puberty and he's 11. Please send help. And I accept it. Like, I will accept your celebrity status for your mother. And someday I will raise it. Anyways, we're getting off subject here. What was the point? To live your best life. Like, that is how I am trying to help. I really, truly wanted to be a famous singer. Like, I don't have the best voice, but I have a decent voice. And not only that, but I'm very like theatrical. Like, I could put on a show for hours. Like, I have comedy shows written down. I create songs. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, she's a whole vibe. She's a lot, you know? And I wanted to be like a mix of like Britney Spears and Cher. That's like the combo. It was going to be like, hit me, baby, one more time. So that's why I'm not a famous singer right now. But here's hoping that someday I might be one of those influential, motivational, awe-inspiring, glam mom guru types for you. That is what it is. Anyways, what else can I say? I love to be me. I guess that's all I really want to encourage you to do too, is just be yourself. And if you don't like yourself, reinvent yourself. I mean, for heaven's sakes, Beyonce reinvented herself, created an alter ego, Sasha Fierce. And if Beyonce can do it, little us folks, little country bumpkins, little nobody Nancy, I don't know, we can do the same. Reinvent yourself, create a new version of you that you totally love and look forward to waking up as every single day. Thank you for allowing me to do a part 2 of Welcome to the Prieto Show. Maybe that should be like a whole, thing. But regardless, I'm just really excited to start the show. To bring episodes that not only motivate you, but they educate you, they make you laugh, they make you feel a part of something, they make you take a break from your reality and realize that life can be so much more. Wow, excuse me. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Again, if you missed the part where I said I have hemorrhoids and I have a lot of health issues, and she thick, then please rewind and go to that. But I am saying that my life is beautiful because I have designed it that way, and I encourage you and I want to help you to do the same. I thank you for listening to this very long video all about me. And I am not sure when I will be posting new episodes. It's kind of like whatever floats my boat, the way the wind is blowing, and then boop, there's a new episode. My friend was like, do it every Tuesday. And I'm like, that takes a lot of commitment. And what if I have more to say than just every Tuesday? So what I'm encouraging you to do is subscribe, because who knows when I shall be posting. So subscribe, hit the bells, hit the things, hit all the things so that you're notified when I do get my crap together. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, I try to share more about my life and all the things and advice and fun tips and my chaotic brain and how it functions, because it makes me, I don't know, I think if I share more, it makes me feel okay with myself. You know? Makes me feel like, hey, well, they already know I'm batshit crazy, so here we go. Thanks for tuning in to the Ash Prieto Show, where I help you to design a life and business that you truly love. Until next time, friends, take care. Okay, so until next time, stop saying so. Hey Siri, what's the time song from Cher?
Jungle Love is by The Time.
Oh, if I could turn back time. That one?
I couldn't find a song with those lyrics.
Okay, thanks. I swear to you, no one can help you. You are on an island alone and you must figure this out. Anyways, that's like how I feel. Also, this angle is not giving life to this shirt, but like I dressed up for you guys. She got cute for you. And I promise to do that almost every episode.